Have you ever wanted Stardew Valley meets Pokemon or Digimon World? Well, that's this game. Now, I'm not gonna give a detailed review on this one because, well, you'll see. But I still want to talk about this game, so, let's have at it. Re-Legend is a chibi-weeby game where you're the new guy in this town and you do all the farming sim stuff. You plant seeds, water stuff, harvest crops, talk to the villagers, and, tame monsters and fight other monsters that drop loot that you can craft into stuff. That's a pretty good spin on the Harvest Moon genre, I think. This is also probably the only creature collection type game I can think of that has real-time combat. It's got that MMO-esque, you see bad stuff on the ground so you gotta dodge out of the way kind of thing, and I'm into it. You and two of your Magnus creatures can walk around beating the crap out of all the local wildlife. Or if you find one you like, oh, look at that fish. It's a fish. You feed it food it likes and then do a little rodeo minigame where you, oh no, until it decides to follow you around forever. Aw yeah, let's see what this guy do. The veil fish is native to tropical and temperate waters all over Vaca Island. Despite its fishy appearance, it cannot breathe in water. Okay. Every Magnus has special abilities they can use in battle. Draconewt spits water, Puff can taunt things, and Veil... well, almost every Magnus has special abilities. You can ride around on your Magnus and control it yourself, otherwise they'll follow you around and help you out in fights. As you and your Mons level up, you get stat points that you can put wherever you want, and you're gonna need certain stats if you want to activate Digivolution on your Mons. When a base Mon reaches level 15 and you've been a good boy feeding it and brushing it, you feed it a certain thing and boom, it evolves to the next stage. Let's see what my Veil turns into. Whoa, it's Veil. That's like at least twice the Veil it was before. Does it have abilities now? This thing is like if Magikarp just evolved into a bigger Magikarp. Hold up, I'm gonna look up what the third form is. It better be worth it. You bet it is. I actually really like most of the designs in this game. A lot of them have more of a fantastical vibe compared to Pokemon, but don't really go to that asymmetrical edge that Digimon have. What? So every Magnus evolves twice, at level 15 and at level 45, and some of them have multiple evolution lines, and that's awesome! Your starting Draconewt can turn into a physical damage dealer, a tank, or a god-dang magical damage nuker / healer. That's the one I got, cause it's awesome. Not as awesome as Veil though. That's peak performance right there. A weird thing though is that every Magnus has a type like tank, support, healer, but some of them don't make any sense. I have a Seamare that's labeled as a supporter even though it has 2 damaging moves. And then I have my Dracophene that's labeled as a nuker, but it has a heal. There's other weird ones too. Battle Mage, Berserker, Gunslinger. I know what most of these mean in a general context, but there's nothing telling me what they mean in this game's context. The story has some cute moments. You'll be recruiting more NPCs to your home village to do different things. Most of them are added near the boss battles. Oh yeah, the boss battles. They're pretty good, but they're kinda warped by the difficulty being all over the place in this game. The first boss is a lot harder than everything before it, but by the time I got to the second boss, I mopped it up pretty easily on my first go. All of the other combat is either really easy or something way out of your level and you literally hit it for 1 damage. In fact, it's really weird. I ended up going to an event island that I assume you wouldn't normally be allowed to go to, well, unless Christmas is usually at the end of May, and I tamed a level 60 Bunsnub. Looking at the stats though, it has lower stats than my level 17 and 18 Mons. However, I had a glitch where I had to fight some high level creature and my 17 and 18 couldn't touch it, but the level 60 Bunsnub did normal damage to it. Is the level itself somehow in the damage calculation? Why? The whole farming bit kind of feels a little lackluster right now. It's mostly there to grow food for your Legion of Magni. You can sell crops, but the only thing there really is to buy right now is seeds for more crops. And when you're buying seeds, none of them tell you how long they take to grow or if they will continue to produce after the first harvest. That seems pretty important. Why? With all the drops you get from defeating other Magni, you can make stuff in one of the most baffling UIs I've ever seen. Okay, so you see what you're making and what it takes to make it. But where are the stats for it? Well, if you want to see that, you gotta press this stats tab that makes this huge thing come out to cover up the materials. Why? It doesn't help that mousing over basically anything doesn't give any more details. What's this? I don't know. What's that? Beats me. There's no auto deposit button for chests either. You gotta drag every individual item over. And if you're trying to split a stack of items, just forget it. This game is also absurdly buggy. Normally in these early access reviews, I'm like, man, there needs to be more content. But here it's more like, man, I wish the content worked. NPCs bugging out, falling through the world, lighting and texture glitches, quests bugging out, and inescapable cutscenes. Eesh. The last thing I find really interesting is that there's not much information on this game online. There's legit one guy making any kind of up-to-date guides, and the wiki is not up to date even a little bit. It almost gives a pre-mass internet guide feel, which is kinda neat, but also kind of frustrating, like, what do you need to evolve, you piece of sh-? I started adding a few things I would want to know on the wiki. That's how much there isn't on this game. I can't recommend anyone buy this right now. It's too easy, the UI's not very good, it breaks all the time, but I think I love it. I really hope the release version set to release later this year fixes all this bleh. There's not really anything else like it. Real-time creature collection game that's also Harvest Moon. I'll definitely revisit this in a future video. Maybe Vale can become a glorious Vailmer by then. 2 Lainz out.